Hello again. It's been a while. Oh well, that's how it goes. I've been kind of in a welcome to this episode of Tea and Talk Time. I've been in kind of a mulling things over for a couple weeks now. This is the month of July, and ever since the 4th of July, I've been mulling over political things. Now, I've mentioned before that I do not like the parties. The party is not the be-all and end-all. You know, if you're a Democrat, you're just the best. If you're a Republican, you're just the best. No. Hands down, no. Parties have nothing to do with the people, okay? So I try to avoid political discussions for that very reason. Oh, the Democrats this, and oh, the Republicans that. And it's like, I'm so tired of this. And I'm so tired of a lot of other things that have evolved over the years, very slowly. Started out innocent, but things are just so out of proportion. So I've been mulling this over for a couple weeks now. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. I currently have a GoFundMe site going to try to get me mobile, to bring in funds so that I can get my car fixed, so I can go places and get my laptop fixed and upgrade the software and stuff so that I can go to different points of interest in this beautiful country of ours and share it with you. I mean, you may not be able to get out and about, or oot and about, oot and about, as the Canadians would say. My friend Whitaker is Canadian. But I want to be able to do it for you. I want to personally be able to experience. I mean, you know, that's true. But so many of us forget what a beautiful country we have, the diversity of the landscapes and the people and the culture. But under the whole thing, we are all Americans. Okay? This is all part of the United States of America. So anyway, all of this is mulling through my head, and all the stuff that I don't see as being done right, and, you know, you name it, and I'm off on a tangent. So I decided, okay, I'm going to put it all in this episode and let you know what I think, what I feel, and then only refer to it from now on. Okay, so let's just get it out there, and that's it. So what I've been mulling over is, if I was president, what would I do? What would I say? What would I feel? What would my reaction be? What would my party be? What would this be, that be, the other things? Around the 4th of July was more people talking about the Pledge of Allegiance. Why should we allege to a flag? It's not the flag itself per se. It's what the flag represents. Do you know why there's that many stars on the flag? Do you know why it has the stripes? Everything on that flag has a meaning, has a reason behind it. I offhand do not remember what they all are, but the stars represent the states. How many states are in this union? That's why we pledge allegiance. We're basically saying, I allege myself with you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands. This country, these people, okay, indivisible, under God, with liberty and justice for all. And you know what? Capital letters, all. It also refers to us. We've got to stop giving our liberty and freedom away to other people. This is our country. We have got to take it back. We're losing it. That's how I see it. So, can you tell I'm a little bit passionate about this? So I'm thinking, okay, I think I know it all. I don't. Honestly, I know I don't know it all. But I do know some of the fundamentals. And so as I'm working this out in my head, trying to figure out, okay, if I did this, what would I do and how would I do it? How I would do it is another GoFundMe site. If I put a thing on GoFundMe and said, you know, if you like what I stand for, and you would like to see somebody like me holding the highest office in the country, then donate what you can. And I will not take donations from any business. It's individuals only. I will take sponsorship, I will take endorsements, but I don't think sponsorship's the right word. I will take endorsements, but I will not take money from any company. If it's a company title there, I will not touch it. Because I will not be beholden to anybody but the people. Because that's what a civil servant does. They serve the people, not themselves. So what party would I be? Well, when I have to claim a party, I claim Democrat. I'm an independent thinker. But as an independent, they're putting labels on it. So, okay, I'm going to have to come up with my own party. I am 63 years old. I have lived a long lifetime. I have seen a lot of shifts and changes, and I've learned a lot. I haven't learned it all. I don't know everything. But I do know what's tried and true. I do know the honorable way. I do know integrity. There are things that I know unequivocally. I almost said that right. So what would my party be? I'd be the owl party. Owl would be my symbol. And a lot of people put wisdom to the owl. Who? The owl. And if this worked and I did this and the people voted me in, what a hoot that would be. I had to get that in there. And if I got in there, you could legitimately say there's a tramp in the White House, because I take my dog with me. As you know, his name is Tramp. Anyway, puns aside and smart remarks aside, and I have a lot of them, I would try to get across to everybody who's holding public office to get your own personal agendas off the books. You're not there to see how far you can get politically. That's not why you're there. You are there to represent your constituents and do what's right for the people. Not the businesses, not the special interests. And the only reason some of the special interests should be addressed is because they've had to band together in order to get their voice heard. That's a whole nother subject. But anyway, what would my platform be? Okay, number one, in God we trust. That has been there from the very foundation of this country. And if you don't believe in God, more power to you. You're here. This is America. If you want to live here, then in God we trust is number one. We have to recognize that there's a higher being, somebody else who knows more than we know, and ask for their guidance and their instruction, okay? Like I said, that's been the foundation. I don't care what denomination you are. Doesn't matter. You believe in a higher being, in God we trust. If you don't believe in a higher being, that's fine. We're not telling you you can't do that. We're saying honor the fact that we do. And that's how this country was formed. Okay? Second thing, the Pledge of Allegiance. Do you remember how it goes? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Listen to the words. Understand what the words mean. We are not using the flag as an idol. This flag represents our country, the United States of America. People died under this flag for this country. I don't know what this Donald Trump thing is. Somebody was objected to him flying the flag. I don't know if it was on a hotel or in his home or what. People, if you do not like the flag, if you do not like speaking English, then go to the country that has the flag you like and speaks the language you like. It's that simple. This is the United States of America. This is how we talk, and this is how we do things. If you don't like it, go someplace else. Do not come into our country and do like what we did to the Indians and take it over. The Indians is a whole another thing. I don't even have that on my list. I forgot. That would be addressed. Okay? That's another big brouhaha. So, in God we trust, and the Pledge of Allegiance, and the flag. It's a Grand Dome flag. It's high flying flag. And forever may it wave. Okay? Because it represents of the people, by the people, for the people. We the people run this country. And we've let other people take it over. And it's got to stop. We the people, of the people, by the people, for the people. People, listen! By your vote, by your actions, you have to not only vote the people in that you trust, that have the same ideals you have, but then you have to hold them accountable. Once they get into office, I did my part. No. It goes a little bit further. Monitor them. Keep track of what they're doing. And when they get off course, you zing them. You call them. If I was in office, you call me. You know, you let me know. Wait a minute, you said this. Okay. Yes, I did. And I did this, and this in the attempt to do what you voted me in to do. But guess what? Congress says no. And the Democrats say no. And the Republicans say no. And there's all that manipulating and power plays and crap going on. That should have nothing to do with anything. You are there from this time to address the issues that face the country. Balancing the budget, making sure that we've got secure borders, making sure our military is provided for. Instead of trimming that budget and this budget so we can go do this. No! You are civil servants. You are there to serve the civilian population. And too many times it's forgotten. They don't act like servants. They act like little kings, little gods. If there is a line item veto, I would enforce it. If there is no line item veto, I would request it, whatever the technical term is. Because I'm tired of these bills being shot down because they throw so much crap in there that it looks like you're against something when it's actually line number, 457. Why do they have to throw all the junk on there? Because they're trying to get their way. They're trying to manipulate things. And okay, well, I'll put this little loophole in there. No, stop it. Too much. We got to take a step back and go back to basics. Forget all this other crud. We can't see the meat and potatoes, on the plate anymore because there's so much crap piled on top. We got to get back to basics. The fundamentals. Why do we have the system that we have? We have the checks and balances of the three major, departments. This little department should not be running all the others, okay? But they should be listening. They should be working together because they're all there to serve the people. Public servant, okay? We need to secure our borders. We already have laws in immigration and drugs and all this other stuff. We have laws in place. It needs to be enforced. We don't need anything new. If you were not born here and you didn't go through the proper channels, that makes you illegal. Which means if we find out, you go back to your home of origin. And you go through the proper channels. I don't care how many people are here. I don't care how many kids you've had since you've been here. That does not make a difference. I don't care if you've been the perfect citizen. That does not make a difference. There are laws in this country. If you break the law, if I break a law, I go to jail. Period. Why should it be different for anybody else? You knew that you were doing something illegal and you've been flying under the radar all this time. Uh-oh, you got caught. Well, there's consequences to your actions. And I'm sorry it's going to be painful for you and your family, but you broke a law. Consequences. That's one of the things my mom drilled into my head from the time I could understand what she was yelling at me about. There are consequences to your actions, okay? Nobody else gets away with stuff, unless, of course, you know, they are the popular Hollywood crowd or something. They don't all get away with stuff either. There are consequences to your actions, and I'm sorry, but we have laws, and those laws would be strictly enforced, in my mind, if I was at the top of the heap. Servicemen would be paid what they deserve instead of functioning at poverty level. These are the people who are willing to put themselves on the line and die for your country so that the wars don't happen here on our soil, so that our friends have somebody to turn to when things erupt over there. But we're not the ones who should go in there and take over. We will support somebody else's actions, but we're not going to go in there and do it for them. Support, encourage, yes. Do it for them, no. And some of the amount of aid that we're given to other countries, that's way too much. Way too much. That is what needs to be scaled back in order to balance the budget. Our needs have to be met. Our needs have to come first. Our budget has to come first. And what comes first? The servicemen who are protecting our borders. Healthcare, so that every citizen is protected from life. Education. That's what they are there for. That's what the civil servants are there for, is to make sure that all these things are taken care of so that we have an umbrella over us as we live free with liberty and justice for all. That's our umbrella. And that's how it should be, in my mind, in my opinion. And when it comes to, if it's true, I don't know if it is, everybody who is a congressman, House of Representatives, holds any government office, do they continue getting their pay after they leave? No! That's where all of our money's going. Why should they? They took time off from their private life to be a public servant. When that's over, and the public either votes you out or your term ends or, however it manifests, you go back to your private life. You don't continue to get paid. The only one that should continue to be paid is the president and vice president, because they are always considered president and vice president. They never walk away from that, especially the president. They're the only ones who should continue getting retirement or, whatever it's called. Nobody else. That's ridiculous. The ones who are, what do they call it when old age, Swiss cheese brain. Professional politicians. That's not the word I was looking for, but it's close enough. The ones who are that, during the whole time they've been in there, they've had contacts. They know they could go here and work, or they could go there and work, or they've made enough money squirreled away that they may not have to work the rest of their life. But we're not there to make you a millionaire. Servants should not be making more money than the people they're serving. There are too many of us, and I have to say us because I don't know. Can you live on $750 a month? If you can, you're doing much better than I am. Talking about balancing budgets. And there's people worse off than me. And there's people better off than me. And God bless them. I think that's great. But the servants should not be making more money than the people they serve. Except for maybe the president and vice president, because that's a weighty job. Have you seen the before and after shots of people? They go in looking one way, they come out looking like they're 50 years older. There's a lot of work that has to be done. They earned it. And they're always considered a president. They're the only ones that should get that. The other thing is like with healthcare. Okay, it's good enough for the American people. They need to tighten their belt once again while you guys loosen yours. You guys being so-called public servants. They need to tighten their belt. They need to have this healthcare. This is good enough for them. And what's the first thing they do when they get in there? They vote themselves exempt from it. And if I'm not mistaken, that's against the law. Anything that they say we should do, they are supposed to be doing it as well. That's written somewhere. I'd have to have somebody really look it up and show me where exactly it is. And if it's not a law, it should be. Because you're expecting us to do stuff that you're not willing to do yourself. Now, why is that? Because you're better than us? You're more special than us? No. No. Protect the people, protect the country, and protect the land. That's the job of civil servants. Protect the people, their health care, protect the land, immigration, the borders, protect us from attacks of any kind. That's what you're there for. And protect the land, which means that land is supposed to be there for our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, which means we have EPA laws, environmental protection. That should be enforced. I don't care, Mr. Big Business or Little Business. When you go into business, if you know this has to be done and this has to be done, then do it. Quit making loopholes. Quit shooting pollutants out into our lakes and our rivers and our streams. Quit pushing toxic stuff down into our land so that it infiltrates the water table. It pushes against the fault lines that are all over the place and gives us more earthquakes. Come on, people. There's simple solutions. If the energy people would just start incorporating new ways of doing things with the goal in mind of switching to solar, wind, these other ways to do things that does not rape and pillage our land, we wouldn't have a problem. We wouldn't have to rely on those people overseas that have all the oil. We have enough oil here to meet our needs if the rest of our needs were met with solar or wind, period. And we've got lots of places and lots of ways to do that. And if the energy companies would start investing in that and retraining their people and bringing other people in and doing the research, they're not going to lose their business. They just have to shift. Start shifting, and before you know it, we'll be there. And if you don't do it, we're going to do it on our own, and you won't get a dime for it. That's what it boils down to. Now then, what are my qualifications? I'm a woman. I'm an elderly woman. I feel older most of the time. I'm a disabled person. I cannot work full-time jobs, so yes, there would be limitations to what I could do and how fast I could do it. But people complain about all the trips and stuff taken. I wouldn't be taking all those trips unless it was to go to one of the states that requested me to come talk with them, see what they're doing, see how things could be done better, see how they're doing things really good, and maybe I can pass that along to other states. So I would be at the White House, and my, you send me anything, I will let you know I received it, and if I have anything to add, you will get a response. That's the way it goes. And I will let you know, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that, but, I'm being blocked here, I'm being blocked there. We're working on it, we're working whatever. You know what I mean. And that's why I get frustrated when the news people say, oh, well, the president voted against this and voted against that. He had to. Because they had stuff in there that was going to be a detriment. And they keep trying to get their way. It has to be their way. It's my idea. No, I don't like your idea because I didn't come up with it. Give me a break. So, those are my qualifications. Life experience. That's what I have. Seeing how things have worked all this time and seeing how we've gone astray and how we need to get back to basics. That's my opinion. That's how I feel. Who would be my vice president? If it wasn't my sister, she'd definitely be an advisor. Because she's you think I'm blunt? You think I'm opinionated? We'd have double trouble. If it wasn't her, if she wasn't my running mate, then I would see if Mike Rowe would run. And the name should sound familiar to you from Dirty Jobs. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's very intelligent. He's working hard for people right now, paying back. Just go to his websites, and you'll see what he thinks and what he feels. And he's not a political person. He's Joe Schmo. But he's using his voice in good ways. He's doing the best he can. He's got some kind of Mike Rowe Works type program going on right now, setting up scholarships for people. Check into it. I don't know all the details of it, but that's who I would have run with me. It would either be my sister or it'd be Mike Rowe. So I don't know. I've been mulling over it. Do I even bring it up? And the fact remains, here's the thing. Somebody's got to start saying something. So at the very least, I'm putting my voice out there. This is what I think. This is what I feel. This is what I believe. If anybody else does, please make comments. Please say yes. Please, whatever. Do you want me to put a GoFundMe thing together to, officially start running? Okay, I will. If not, it's just share this. Just to see what you think and what other people think. That's the basics of getting back to basics for me. That our country, it has just gotten way, way overblown. And we got to get back to the people. So that's my opinion. That's my view. Thank you for stopping by. And if you agree with any of this, please leave a comment and let me know. If not, just share it. And we'll see how many people feel the same way. So until the next time we get together, this is Madame President. No, this is just me saying I hope you have a good day. And until the next time, God bless.